Hello everyone, hello Mr. Ruli. My name is Thalisa Sikarana and today I'm going to present an argumentative paragraph analysis based on an article I selected from the CL Journal. The article I chose is titled Improving English Writing Skills Using Social Support Slogans, written by Vladimir Roman Gutierrez 1KO, and it is published in 2025. Based on my active reading of this study, I collaborated with Gemini to generate a strong argumentative paragraph. And right now I am holding the printout. This is the printout, and then it reads as follows. Traditional grammar instruction remains deeply entrenched in technical English pedagogy. However, educational institutions must shift their focus toward contextualized, creative language production if they are to genuinely cultivate student engagement and writing proficiency. Evidence from a recent study in Peru demonstrates that when technical students design public safety and energy-saving posters featuring social support slogans, their English vocabulary and writing performance noticeably advance across distinct vocational tracks. Furthermore, structural equation modeling validates a high correlation between the perceived benefits of a project and the types of posters generated, confirming that language acquisition is dynamically encoded to the authentic rhetorical nature of the task. Critics might argue that short, slogan-based tasks are structurally deficient and cannot adequately equip students for complex academic writing. Yet, this objection misses the point. Technical students do not require abstract academic prose, but rather professionally relevant communication skills. In fact, slogan projects force students to read extensively and analyze dense source texts, effectively serving as a scaffolding strategy that bridges short sentence production with future complex writing. Ultimately, ignoring contextual, innovative tasks in favor of old school rote grammar only isolates learners from real world occupational needs. Now, let us break to the structural scaffolding. An effective argumentative paragraph doesn't merely summarize, but it weaponizes data to defend a specific stance. So, right now, this is the printout. If you look at the beginning of the paragraph, which I bold with yellow color, the claim or the thesis is educational institutions must shift their focus toward contextualized, creative language production if they are to genuinely cultivate student engagement and writing proficiency. So, this is a debatable stance rather than giving a simple fact. Next, for the second, weaponizing data. So, instead of just listing the author's finding like a summary, this paragraph uses a data to prove the claim. For example, I have bold it with the second yellow bold. It highlights that their English vocabulary and writing performance noticeably advance across distinct vocational tracks. Furthermore, structural equation modeling validates a high correlation between the perceived benefits of a project and the types of posters generated. Next to the third, it is refutation or counterargument. So, the paragraph also strategically addresses a counter perspective or reveals a contradiction by stating as you see in the third yellow bold. It stated that critics might argue that short slogan-based tasks are structurally deficient and cannot adequately equip students for complex academic writing. The word "but" here immediately refutes the assumption by explaining that the technical students require professionally communication skills rather than abstract prose. For the last is about the resolution. Finally, the paragraph concludes a clear resolution or call to action. As you see in the paragraph, in the last yellow bold, it states that ignoring contextual, innovative tasks in favor of old school rote grammar only isolates learners from real-world occupational needs. Okay, beyond its structural framework, this paragraph is highly persuasive because of its strategic use of meta-discourse. So, I would like to point out how it balances both interactive and also interactional markers. First, let's look at interactive meta-discourse, which guides the reader through the text. For the first example, this is a word furthermore, which functions as a transition. This helps the reader to show that we are adding more facts to support our first point and make the argument more stronger. The second example is from the phrase effectively serving as a scaffolding strategy, which I bolded with green color, the second green color. Now this serves as a quote clause. Second, let's examine the interactional meta-discourse, which build relationship and establish writer stance. For the first, we clearly see, as I bolded with blue color, this is the example for booster, which the word is must shift. Okay, this shows that the writers want to say this clearly and then urgently, and this paragraph is not just a helpful tip, but this is a rule that a lot of professionals must follow it. And then another example is the word noticeably, which I have bolded with the second blue color, and then this acts as a hedge, and the function is to qualify the phrase noticeably advanced. By using this modifier or by using these words, the writer avoids making overconfident, and this is actually increases the credibility and persuasiveness of the argument in front of the academic audience. Alright, in conclusion, collaborating with Gemini allowed me to see exactly how professional academic writing balances rigid structural scaffolding with interpersonal meta-discourse to make a compelling structure or compelling argument. And then that's all from me. This is the conclusion for my analysis presentation. Thank you for your time and your attention. See ya! Using social using social across across to defend is salah. Oke, 1, 2, 3. Oh, instead of salah. Apa sih that we are